Breaking news coming in, and it's a big relief for the teachers who were sacked after the scam that surfaced in West Bengal. It is a big relief for sacked teachers now. The Supreme Court has said that the students should not suffer. Hence, they are allowing teachers to continue till fresh selections happen in the schools. Remember, after the teachers recruitment scam surfaced, at least 23,000 teachers were sacked from their place, as the Supreme Court, the top court, said that the process through which they were hired is tainted. After which, the West Bengal Chief Minister did say that the fight will continue, but now at least some relief is coming in from the Supreme Court, as for some time these teachers can continue to teach students in schools, after which now this is a relief. But Group C and Group D employees are not allowed to continue, as the Supreme Court said that their taint level, the scam that erupted and the process through which they were hired is not transparent, and hence they should not continue, but others can continue to teach students in schools, as it is a crucial time for students in West Bengal as well to continue their studies without any interruption. Now, the Supreme Court has allowed teachers to continue till fresh selection of teachers and the process of hiring new teachers is complete inside the schools. The Supreme Court has accepted the prayer that was made in the West Bengal SSC board insofar as it relates to the assistant teachers of classes 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. Remember, these are the crucial classes, and it certifies the future of many students who are studying in these classes. These are important classes which decide the future of lakhs of students in schools in West Bengal. Hence, the Supreme Court has taken the humanitarian line and has allowed the teachers to continue till new hiring process is completed. My colleague Nupur Dogra is also joining me. Nupur, some good news coming in, at least for the students who were about to suffer because of the tainted process that happened in the recruitment of the teachers in West Bengal.
Yes, of course, it is a big relief for the students from class 9 to 12. That the Supreme Court today has said that until the fresh selection process is completed, of which the deadline has been set for this December 2025, the Supreme Court said that the advertisement for the fresh selection recruitment process should be out by May 2025 and the entire process should be completed by December. So till that time, the Supreme Court has said that untainted candidates can continue, the teachers can continue to teach the students, so that the students should not suffer, because there was this entire the process was entirely vitiated. Now, but the Supreme Court has clarified that no untainted candidate should benefit from this interim relief from the top court. If you remember, the Supreme Court has just in a few weeks back has in fact delivered this verdict, where it had upheld the Calcutta High Court order of cancelling more than 25,000 jobs of concerning the of teaching and non-teaching staff. Now today, in an interim relief, the Supreme Court has said that it will not allow non-teaching staff to continue. That means that this relief is just for teachers who are untainted.
Right. But Nupur, has the top court given any timeline so that new hiring process can be completed by the state of West Bengal?
Yes, of course, in very strict words, the Supreme Court has said that the hiring process has to be completed by December this year, and the advertisement for the same should be out by May, that is just next month, and that means the recruitment process should just start within this month, and then it should be completed by December, and the top court has warned that any delay can invite cost from the top court on the government. So it is in fact, on one side, this is a relief, keeping in mind the practicality of cancelling all the 25,000 posts. Now the Supreme Court has just said that it is only giving this relief so that the students do not suffer.
Absolutely. Nupur, do stay with me. We also have Saurabh Gupta joining us on the broadcast. Saurabh, how do you see the West Bengal state reacting to the relief for students by the top court?
Well, obviously this is something that's been an ongoing issue in West Bengal. In fact, it's something that has been part of the political rhetoric in the state as well. The Trinamool has faced several questions, the ruling party, and of course the Chief Minister has made her stand very clear, saying very clearly that that as long as she's there, she will protect their jobs. But obviously, this is something that the courts have decided on. In fact, the court held that those recruitments, of tainted individuals were illegal. And then, of course, now the Supreme Court has accepted, as my colleague was, Nupur was reporting, that the Supreme Court has allowed teachers to continue in their jobs till fresh appointments are made or fresh selection process is completed. Now, had this not happened, had the Supreme Court not allowed this, then there would have been a huge gap in the education system, because if you're pulling out so many teachers at one point of the system,
right,
then it would lead to chaos and it would lead to a complete sort of disruption of the education system.
Right.
This is something that has been done, but the Supreme Court has set a strict timeline as well to ensure that its orders are implemented without any disruption.
Right. Sort of, while the future of several students and teachers, of course, is in jeopardy for now, is there any backup plan that has been put up by the West Bengal government, as the Chief Minister says that she will continue to fight for the teachers? Is there any backup plan after this deadline is over? What will happen again to these 23,000 students and teachers?
Well, one of the legal avenues is perhaps the review petition. But again, all of that is in the, it'll be a part of process. It will not happen overnight. In the meantime, the Supreme Court has already passed orders which are binding on any government, on any individual in this country. So obviously, the orders will have to be implemented. But if you look at what the Supreme Court has said, that, it says that we are not inclined to accept prayers of groups C and D employees as the number of established tainted candidates is higher. What has prompted us to pass this order for untainted assistant teachers is that students undergoing studies should not suffer on account of order passed by this court. Now, when you say studies, what was like I was mentioning, that if so many teachers' appointments have been cancelled, with these teachers part of the system of the education, if you pull them out at one go, there's going to be massive disruption. How do you avoid that disruption? What the Supreme Court says is complete the new application and selection process, which means that it has imposed the condition that advertisement for fresh recruitment shall be out by the 31st of May, and an exam, including the entire process, shall be completed by December 31.
Right.
So this gives time to complete a new process and at the same time avoid disruption.
Right. Saurabh, we have Nupur also with me. Nupur, we'll try and reconnect with Nupur Dogra as well, as the Supreme Court gives some relief, allows teachers to continue till new recruitment is done. Saurabh, do tell us about the political blame game that is erupting. What will happen to the future of these students, teachers, as well as the BJP is also escalating attack on the Mamata Banerjee government regarding the scam that erupted. Give us a background of that scam as well.
Well, this has been a part of the political rhetoric as well, and this has been a part of the political rhetoric for the last few years in West Bengal. There have been protests, there have been all kinds of protests, there have been teachers' protests, who all continue to protest.
Sorry to interrupt you. We also have Nupur with us on the broadcast. I'm really sorry for interrupting you in between. But Nupur, just quick answer. What can be done in the future by these teachers to avoid putting their future in jeopardy?
Well, it was in fact when the judgment was passed by the Supreme Court had clarified that what will happen to the untainted candidates. In it has categorized these candidates into several categories. So those candidates who had in fact come from other departments, who were previously employed in other government departments and had in fact been come to this job, the Supreme Court had said that they can resume their previous job. So that category is sorted. For the disabled category, the Supreme Court had already said that there will be a relief for the disabled category, and other untainted candidates, as the Supreme Court said, can again appear for this recruitment process. So the Supreme Court had in that judgment only made it very clear that what the untainted candidates can do and what options are available to them. But the Supreme Court had made it very clear that the tainted candidate must go, they must repay also, as the Calcutta High Court had earlier directed that those candidates who have been proven tainted will have to repay any salary and reimbursements that they have drawn. So that was the distinction that the court had drawn back then. So that will continue.